Good afternoon. This is Bob Glenn, and I'm running for City Commission. Well, we're one day away from the election, and I know that many of you have already voted, and I want to thank you for exercising your franchise to vote. It's absolutely essential to our democracy and the health of our nation that people vote, regardless of who you vote for. But I did want to make one last moment to communicate with you and ask for your support tomorrow if you haven't already voted. I, of course, have served on the City Commission in the past. I was honored and privileged to be a member of the commission from 2012 to 2018. And from 2016 to 2018, I was the mayor pro tem. I love serving our community, and I love our community. I think we have a great place to live. Owensboro is an absolute jewel of a community to live, work, and raise a family. And we should all be thankful for that. The reason that I'm seeking another term on the commission is because, number one, our community is in the next 6 months going to go through quite a bit of crisis. First and foremost, we're going to have an economic crisis as many people are tossed out of their homes if some legislative solution isn't enacted. The second is there's a lot of state and federal money floating around right now, but that's all going to dry up. And when it does, we could potentially lose a lot of small businesses and even some large and mid-sized companies. So it's important to have experience on the commission, people who will look for a plan to develop our community's economic growth, not just for 1 year, not just for 2 years, but for the next decade. And more importantly, we need to take a stress test of the small businesses in our community to find out what kind of support they need from city government to continue to thrive and prosper through these difficult and tough times. The other thing that we need to do is take stock of our health in this community. We're right on the verge of being a red zone again. Being a red zone means that Owensboro is experiencing 25 or more cases every day for a week. That's a lot of people. That's a lot of potential illness and death that could easily be alleviated if the city will provide a more robust and energetic message to the citizens of our community to do the right thing, to engage in personal distancing, to avoid large gatherings, and to wear masks. We don't need to enforce it in the sense of becoming draconian or authoritarian about it. We need to reach out and have a campaign that says to our neighbor and to each other, we love you and care about you enough to do the right thing, to do the thing that will help our community be safe and to eventually vanquish the virus. That's what we need to do. Now, the other reasons that I'm running is number one, I believe in our community, and we've been an all America city, and we can reach and aspire to that level again. But we can't do it if we don't bring the county government and the city government and our state and federal leaders together to produce an element to manage our economy, but more importantly, to address in our community the gun violence we've had over the last 2 to 3 years. Our community has always been a very safe community to live in, but that hasn't been the case the last year, year and a half. We need to address the issues of not just more law enforcement, but addressing the issues that young people are having now that cause them to go to a life of crime or to join a gang or become addicted to drugs. And one of the programs I'd like to see expanded by the Boys and Girls Club, by the YMCA, is a program akin to the Western Academy at the Neblett Center. I'm the board chair of that center. And Olga McKissick and her team have done a wonderful job with that program where they take young Black males as young as sixth grade and begin to match them with mentors and to impress upon them the importance of having a plan for life and educational opportunities to get them there. Those are the kind of programs we need if we're going to alleviate drug violence and gun violence permanently in our community. And then finally, it's important to have leaders on the commission who listen. When I was on the commission, I fielded hundreds of calls from my neighbors, constituents, just like you. And I tried to get them an answer every single time when they had a problem or an issue related to city government. And I promise I'll continue to do that again. I will give out my phone number, and you can contact me anytime you want by text or phone at 270-929-7471. And that number is also available on our website. You can email me as well. The other issue of being caring is to focus on the needs of our community. We need to do something about the senior center in this community. We need to continue to develop and have residential and economic development on the South Frederica corridor, the Northwest corridor, and the West Parish corridor. Development shouldn't be limited just to Highway 54 and the upper levels of the downtown area. In the time I was on the commission, we addressed flood control by investing $10 million so that people didn't have raw sewage flooding their homes in the Fairgrounds neighborhood. We achieved that while I was in office. We want to host a business and livability awards on the state and national level for the city of Owensboro when I was on the commission. Now, that wasn't a me thing. That was a we result. And that's what we need to do with the election tomorrow. Regardless of the outcome, we need to come together as a community, as a state, and ultimately as a nation to recognize that when we come together, we're going to come up with better ideas as a team and collectively than we will individually. And if I'm serving you again on the commission, I'll be there to listen. I'll be there to listen to your concerns and to try and address those issues with a forward-thinking approach, because this community has so much to offer. Owensboro is a shining city on a river. And so I would ask for your support humbly tomorrow if you haven't voted yet. I am last on the ballot, number 16, but I hope that I'll be your first choice for City Commission. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your opportunity to serve, and be safe and healthy out there.